The glories of the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita from the Padma Purana. Parvati said, "My dear husband, you have told me the glories of 17th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Now kindly relate the glories of the 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita." Lord Shiva said, "O daughter of the Himalayas, Parvati, please listen to the glories of 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is higher than the Vedas and the giver of unlimited bliss. When it enters into one's ears, it destroys all material desires. For the pure devotee, it is divine nectar. It is Lord Vishnu's very life, and it is a solace to the hearts of Lord Indra and the demigods, as well as the great yogis headed by Sanaka and Sananda. One who recites it sends the messengers of Yamraj far away. There is no other recitation which can so quickly destroy all sin and free one from threefold miseries of the world. Now listen with great devotion. On the topmost peak of Mount Meru is Amravati, which was built by Vishwakarma. In that heavenly kingdom, Lord Indra, along with his wife Sachi, is served by the demigods. One day, while Lord Indra was sitting peacefully, he saw that one very beautiful person had arrived there, whom the servants of Lord Vishnu were serving. When Lord Indra saw the beautiful young person, he immediately fell from his throne onto the ground. At that time, those demigods who had been worshipping Indra picked up the crown that he was wearing and placed it on the head of that new beautiful person. After that, all the demigods and other denizens of the heavenly planets started to perform arati and sing wonderful songs to the new King Indra. The great rishis came there and offered their blessings and chanted Vedic mantras, and the Gandharvas and Apsaras started to sing and dance joyfully. In this way, the new Indra, who had not performed the usual 100 horse sacrifices, started to enjoy hundreds of different types of services rendered by the demigods and other denizens of the heavenly planets. When the old Indra saw this, he became very surprised. He started to think to himself, "This person here has never built wells, or dug kundas, or planted trees for the welfare of others. And where there were droughts, he did not provide grains in charity. He never performed any fair sacrifices or great charities in the holy places. So how has he managed to attain my seat?" The old Indra, feeling greatly disturbed in his mind, left the ocean of milk to pray to Lord Vishnu. When he managed to obtain darshan of Lord Vishnu, he asked him, "My dear Lord Vishnu, in the past I have performed many sacrifices and other pious activities, for which I was installed as a Lord of heaven. But at this time, another person has come there and taken my place as the King of heaven. This person in his life never performed any great, wonderful pious activities, nor had he performed any great Vedic sacrifices. So how is it possible that he has managed to obtain my throne?" At that time, Lord Vishnu said, "My dear Indra, that great soul has performed the recitation daily of the 18th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Every day during his life, he recited 5 shlokas from this chapter, and because of that activity, he has attained the result of all sorts of pious activities and yagnas, and after enjoying for many years as the King of heaven, he will attain my personal abode. If you perform the same activity of reciting the 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, you can also attain my divine abode." After hearing Lord Vishnu's words, Lord Indra took the form of a Brahmana and went to the bank of the Godavari river, where he saw the town of Kalegarani, which is very sacred. At that place, the Supreme Lord, in his form known as Kaleshova, resides. Close to this town, on the bank of Godavari river, one very pure Brahmana was sitting, who was very merciful and had understood the topmost goal and secret of the Vedic literatures. Daily he would sit at that spot and recite the shlokas of the 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. When Lord Indra saw him, he became very happy. He immediately fell at his lotus feet and requested him to teach the 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. After Lord Indra had practiced the recitation of the 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita for some time, he managed to attain the topmost place of Vishnu Loka. When he attained that place, he realized that the pleasure he had enjoyed as King Indra along with demigods was nothing in comparison. My dear Parvati, for this reason, the great sages especially chant this 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and by so doing very quickly attain the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Thus ends the glories of the chapter 18th of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Anyone who hears or studies these Gita Mahatmya stories very quickly destroys all sins which he has accumulated. And that person who remembers this discourse with great faith attains the results of all kinds of pious activities and great sacrifices, and after enjoying all worldly opulence, attains the abode of Lord Vishnu. Thus ends the glories of the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita from the Padma Purana.